Welcome to the tutorial for filling out a CAMBA microloan application. The reason we're doing this is because many people that come to CAMBA aren't aware of how to fill it out and the required documents needed to apply for the application. So here's the first page, and we're just going to move to required documents now. So this is on page 2. And hopefully you all have a loan application there that you can follow along with. So the required applications, the first one is the completed application. We want the application to be completed before you come meet with the loan officer. We also want proof of eligibility to work in the U.S., and this is in the form of a driver's license or a green card documentation. A recent credit report within the last 60 days is necessary. So, again, credit is not the sole determinant of microloans as you find in many commercial banks, but we do look at credit. So please bring this, or if you do not know how to pull it, we can pull it for you. Cosigner information. This is going to be on the last page of the application. You will need to bring in cosigner information if you're looking for a loan between $5,000 and $15,000. You'll also need the latest bank account statements for 2 months. So we want to see if you're saying that you're going to put up $5,000, that you have $5,000 in the bank right now. If you're a startup business, we want to see a business plan. And if you're an existing business, we want to see past financial numbers. We want to see, money coming in, money coming out of the business. And we'll help you create financial projections for the next year. So this is one thing out of all of these that you don't need to bring to the loan officer. The last thing is the most recent federal income tax forms, your 1040s. We want to see them. And if you are incorporated and you have tax forms for your corporation, we want to see those forms plus your personal tax forms. So it's really about, if you're an existing business, we want to see your personal tax forms and the company's. So let's move into the loan application and take it kind of line by line, but we're not going to go over all of them because, for the sake of being brief here, just the problems that people have. So the top section generally is not a problem for most people. Business name, their name, their address, etc. That's pretty self-explanatory. When it comes down to the operations, that's pretty obvious as well. If you're incorporated, just list what kind of incorporation you are, what kind of industry, any seasonality, the days you're open, the hours are open, what kind of licenses you need to run this kind of business, and do you have these licenses over here? And the last two questions are very basic. The first one is describing your business. What are you selling to the customer? What exactly are you selling? And how's the loan going to assist your business? So very basically, you don't need to show a lot of detail here. Is it for inventory, equipment, working capital? What's it for? Now you're going to take that and you're going to turn it into numbers into this next section right here. And this is a section, for some reason, that most people don't fill out correctly. The first thing we have to go over is the total income is going to equal the total expenses. So if you're looking for inventory of $5,000 and renovations of $5,000, that's going to give you $10,000 down here that you need to start this business or to grow the business. Think of the loan process as a project. So you need $10,000 for this project. So before you do anything, you know that this has to be $10,000. Don't confuse anybody by putting 12,000, 13,000. Just these have to be equal. Now, let's assume that this is a brand new business and you haven't put any money into this business so far. It's a brand new thing. In that case, you're going to need 20% of the money that you're looking for out of your own pocket. So 20% owner investment is required. This is a rule of thumb that's common in the lending industry. If you're looking for $10,000, you need to put $2,000 of your own money up, right? Now, in the case of you've been in this business for a while, it might not have started up, but you've already invested in some marketing materials, you've already done a build out, you've already bought some inventory. You don't have to worry about that because you've already made your investment. So let's just say, just to make this easy, that the CAMBA loan, you're going to look for $8,000 and you've already put $2,000 into it. So that's going to give you $10,000. Now, all of this right here is for existing businesses. So when did you make your first sale? Is the business owed anything? Do you have business assets? Do you owe any other businesses or owe any kind of, do you have any debt? Do you have a business bank account? Now, some of these, even if you just started, you might have. So if you've just started but you've already invested in some assets, you can list them there. Okay. So marketing plan, if you've written a business plan, this should be very straightforward, very simple. It's just basically asking for who's your customer, where are they located, how do customers know about your business, any kind of seasonality, who are your competitors, and how is your product going to be any different from the competition. Lastly, your personal financial information. This is very self-explanatory up top. The owner name, the title, percentage of the business owned, how much money you've invested, how much time you've invested, and the loan committee wants to know what kind of experience do you have. You can list that right here. You can also list your references. We want to see that, you have people to vouch for you and your business idea. And lastly, the average monthly household income relative to the household expenses. We want to see that the total income is more than the total expenses. So let's just say that you were looking at a loan application and the total income said let's just say it was $5,000 and the total expenses was $7,000. So that's gonna set off some red flags that you're spending more money than's coming into your business. So income has to be greater than expenses. Lastly, your co-signer will fill out this sheet right here. And again, you don't need a co-signer if you're asking for less than $5,000. But if you are, this is the sheet they're going to fill out. So that's it for the narrative. If you have any more questions, you can please contact us, 718-282-2500. Thank you very much.